Bonjour and welcome to Paris. I am in Château Rouge. Now this is in the north centre of the city, in the 18th district. I'm told that this part of Paris, by some good French friends, that maybe this part of Paris doesn't feel as French as they would like it to be. Now, I'm one to have a look around. Join me as I look around Château Rouge. It sounds like a very charming name, doesn't it? But let's go have a look around Château Rouge and see what we can see.
To put it into perspective, here is Notre Dame Cathedral, the centre of Paris, the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, and then this is the Gare du Nord. This is where Brits who come from London travel into to get the Eurostar. So when they arrive in the Eurostar, they arrive here, and just up one little stop, not far, is Château Rouge. This is where I am right now, okay? Let's go have a look.
I decided to take a walk through Château Rouge mid-morning. Simple reason, if you came here late at night, you're going to get a very different perspective on the area. Château Rouge is a microcosm of France's biggest challenges: overcrowded streets, unregulated markets, and the rising crime that blights this area is a far cry from the Paris most tourists imagine. This is the Paris that the Japanese will have a breakdown over when they visit and they realize Paris is not quite what they imagined it to be. This neighborhood obviously is dominated by its African market culture. It feels more like a separate enclave than part of Paris's capital. It's a prime example of failed integration policies where communities operate in isolation rather than blending into the fabric of French society. The result is, sadly, lawlessness. Residents face rampant pickpocketing, petty crime, and the strain of an informal economy that undercuts local businesses. And it's not just an economic issue, it's a cultural transformation that's left many Parisians questioning, where is the France they once knew?
So to put it in some perspective, this district, up until effectively the early 20th century, was a working class district. It wasn't until the 1960s did this district start to fundamentally change, as the old colonies of France welcomed people, or certainly the old colonies of France decided to arrive from the 1960s onwards. They headed to districts just like this, effectively changing this part of Paris as we know it. If you were to come to London, there are similar types of enclaves. For example, Whitechapel in London. Back in the pre-war days, it was a very Jewish quarter. Now, if you go to Whitechapel, maybe I should do a video on that. Comment below if you'd like a video on Whitechapel, just a brief walking tour of what we see. It is now very much a Pakistani, Bangladeshi area. Here we have meat, produce, and well, I don't know if I would know, apart from the odd French accent here and there. I don't know if supermarket, Africa, Paris, pharmacy. I don't know if I would know boucherie, tobacco. It's certainly an eclectic area. But let's continue down the street. I have to say, it's not an area I know that well, but we're gonna keep walking.
When I walk around neighborhoods like this in Western European nations, for me it's a stark example of what happens when policies meant to promote diversity fall short of fostering unity. It's not just about these neighborhoods, it's about the ripple effects across Western nations. Overcrowding, crime, poverty, and a lack of law enforcement create an environment where frustration grows for both the residents trapped in this chaos and the Parisians who feel their city is slipping away. Now, many will argue that areas like this are a result of years of neglect and fear of addressing tough questions about identity and integration. What does it mean to be part of Paris, part of France, when parts of the city feel completely disconnected from the rest of the nation's culture? France has always been a nation with a rich identity, deeply rooted in tradition and pride, yet places like Château Rouge feel like forgotten zones.
My understanding, as I did a little bit of reading up on this area and also asking some of the locals I met in the 17th last night, who were telling me about the 18th, saying that it is an area that's started to gentrify, whatever that means. I think that effectively as Paris becomes more busy, people to find places to live, so it's reasonable proximity to the centre. Money has started pouring into this area, but I don't know, you wouldn't know it. It's a shabby area. The smell of fish and meat is in the air. Another meat place. That's kind of like the smell, if you can imagine sort of the meat smell of a butcher's. That's what I smell. At least right now there's some people cleaning the streets because it's a little bit on the sort of messy side. But thank God they are cleaning. Basically disinfecting the streets. What I'm going to do, because I have no idea where I'm going. It's not an area of Paris, I know that well. And I don't want to be, I'm going to turn the camera around again.
I'm not here simply rejecting diversity. What we should be creating is a shared sense of belonging and mutual respect. If we continue to leave neighbourhoods like this go unchecked and we allow the mass importation of people who choose to isolate themselves, Château Rouge risks becoming a permanent no-go zone, not just for tourists, but for the very residents who call Paris home. This is more than just an urban planning issue as well. It's a question of national identity and whether France can rise and meet the challenges of the modern day world while staying true to its roots.
Just really heading down a side street at the moment. What is that, a mosque? I think it's a mosque. We've got all these shops are African shops. This is Little Africa, I suggest. Certainly not feeling very French. What's this one? We've got Poissonnerie, alimentation with African signs, so fish shop from Africa. Head up this way. I mean, the top of the buildings are actually very pretty. If you look at the top, they are very pretty. It's just down below that it's all very shabby. The floors are a little bit of a mess. Look around here. Another fish shop. I mean, to put it into perspective, it is a Wednesday. It's about 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. So people are just going about their business. This is a nice little bit. We're walking up and now finally the air starts improving. There's a bit of vegetation. The smell of the plants is a lot nicer than the smell of rotting fish and rotting meat. Another African restaurant just there. Another meat restaurant. I mean, there's a lot of meat restaurants around here. It's amazing. I imagine the prices would be very competitive. 1 kilogram, $9.99. Just there. Competitive prices. We've got a vegetable place. This is a nice smell. Some vegetable places here. Got some bamboo. You want some bamboo? Because you've got pandas in your family. There's bamboo there. Feed the pandas. Boucherie. More meat. Meat's everywhere. It's certainly a lot of meat places, and also another meat place, Africa Boboto, and more meat just here. No, this is a bit of fruit. Let me turn it. This is fish. Frozen products, Senegal promotions, frozen food basically, the African Senegalese equivalent to Iceland. Anyone knows Iceland? You keep walking. Turn the camera around again. Well, some African hairstyles, a bit over there. Are we in France? I'm not sure. All the pigeons up here. Cross to the pedestrian crossing. Looks like a bit of a market down here. Guys selling peanuts. More meats. You can smell the smell of the meat. Chicken. Bonjour, monsieur. A poisson, it's very cheap. It's good. C'est bon. Merci, monsieur. I don't know if I'd want chicken that's been sat in effectively a fish box, greenhouse. It's direct sunshine. Call me crazy, but how well refrigerated. A lot of meat. Bonjour, monsieur. Pardon? No camera? Ah, just being tourist. Just tourist, but au revoir. Au revoir. No problem. Ah, this looks nice. This is a beautiful fish here. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. That's a nice. Bonjour, monsieur. A lot of meat. A lot of meat. The meat less appealing. The fruit, I can get involved with the fruit. The fish, there's some good fish here. Really nice fish. Really nice. But it's, you know, we're. Oh, here we go. Selling the sort of streetwears here. Let's twist the camera around so we get some interaction. Let's see if we get some interaction. Where are we? It's me. Filming me. Okay.
Go like this, you film your. Go like this. Don't film you.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
No person here.
Just being tourist.
No, no, you. No, yeah, go for
Okay, okay. D'accord. Hello. Obviously the lady there didn't like to be filmed. This, if you want to get to Montmartre, is not far from Montmartre. But here's the thing. They don't want me filming. People saying, don't stop filming. You're being filmed by all the CCTV people, so what difference does it make if I'm filming? Very pleasant smell. Well, we just did a quick loop of Montmartre station. Not Montmartre, Château Rouge station. And now, next I'm going to go to Montmartre.
I believe neighbourhoods like this are a warning of the consequences of when action is replaced by apathy. The question now is, will Paris and France take back control of their future, or let neighbourhoods like this drift further away from the heart of the nation?
Anyway, if you like this content, click that subscribe button, click that like button. That was a brief insight into Château Rouge. I'm not sure you'll be visiting anytime soon.